двух кругах можно ехать в те позиции, которые ты не видишь, но далее лучше этой стратегии не придерживаться и переезжать строго в те места, которые ты видишь. Ну, то есть визуально, либо под прикрытием, либо сам.
So we did change our rotation a little bit, and just trying to spot everything in a high ground and just get in and check other ways to go in. That's it.
Well, you guys made a really awesome call there towards the end where you hopped in the motorcycle and went for a reposition on the outside of it so that way you could try to pick off the solo. It seems like you guys had a good idea on where YMT was at. Was that the premise on it, to go pick off one of those solos on it, or were you just trying to get another firing angle?
We just were trying another fire angle. Adjusted.
All right. I have a question, since yesterday wasn't that successful for you guys as today started, of course. What did you do actually after yesterday's day? Did you guys sit down and talk about strategy for the day too, or did you just went to take a rest and just talk about it today?
Мы вчера не очень сыграли, но что поменяли, посидели, пообсуждали или что?
Да, мы вчера весь вечер проводили аналитику, плюс мы еще ночью там поехали играть в лигу на Старладере, поэтому у нас было время и возможность исправить свои какие-то ошибки не только там в ротациях, но и в коммуникации и так далее. То есть аналитика постоянно у нас проводится.
So first of all, we want to say hello Starlado because we have another league after PGL, so we just stayed and played this league, and after we go to the club and play from there. So yeah, we just were talking about our strategy and communication, and I guess we fixed it and we're trying our best now.
Well, you guys have tons of fans inside of chat. I mean, people were really rooting for you out there. So you got anything that you want to say to everybody?
Что хочешь сказать нашим русским фанатам?
Ребят, спасибо вам всем за поддержку. Всего 2 коллектива здесь участвуют, поэтому болейте. Мое уважение.
Yeah, only two teams playing right now, so yeah. Щиты поднять, как говорится, чатик.
Hey,
Yeah,
there you go,
thanks
chat.
a lot, guys.
Well, there you go. A second place followed up by a first place from M19. Hopefully, we get to see you guys up here again very, very soon. Got one more game on Miramar left before we head over to Arangel. So congratulations once again,
Thanks.
Mr. The Wanderer and Constantine.
Спасибо.
Hey, we'll see you soon. So, guys, great performance and a nice little shout out there from M19 saying, "Hey, Star Ladder, the guys who just announced that they're getting the European Pro League. You know, pay attention to us." And I think they definitely got to keep eyes on M19.
Well, they made a statement in the last 2 games, but there's still, I don't know, a lot to go at this point. So you got to make sure that you keep the consistency
Only
going.
16.
Yeah.
16? Yeah, I was going to say over a dozen.
Ah, that fits.
Yeah.
That fits.
Just then we don't have to do math anymore because we all know caster math is crap. So it's just
quick
better
math.
to avoid it.
Caster Math is actually the worst, but I think we do have our overall leaderboards now after that game. FaZe Clan still holding on to first, and that gap is actually widening just a little bit. They are being so very, very consistent today. Ninjas and Pajamas still holding on to second. Team Liquid now in third. Divine Esports after their win dropping down to fourth. And M19 hopping up all the way to fifth, followed by Vitality, Cloud9, and Navi.
I mean,
CIS actually turning things around a little bit today on Miramar.
CIS rising up, M19 doing so well, it wouldn't surprise me if I get fired and Dave takes my spot in the next game just because of how wrong I was about their performance. So, like I said, a big shout out to them. They came out and proved me wrong, especially by showing that they can not only get to the finals, but they can close it out and take a win. And that's really cool to see. That said, though, FaZe Clan, again, consistently getting here in the top. They get wins, they get kills, and even when they get knocked out down to 1 man, they manage to get to 3rd place.
We're getting to that stage where we can't say FaZe is not necessarily the best at Miramar because, man, they're constantly hitting top 5.
It is.
I mean,
That's
what
not just
do you do to
consistent in
stop them?
placements.
They're consistent.
That's awesome.
I do want to point out real quick, of the kills in that match, 42 of the kills went to the top 5 teams.
Yikes.
So like those teams in the end just crushed everybody else in this particular round of Miramar.
Well, you can take a look at the entire leaderboard and in the first table, right? We have 59, 52 going for Clan Liquid and Team Liquid. Sorry, FaZe Clan and Team Liquid. And then you go into the second part of the leaderboard and you have 6, 13, 15, 14, 17, 19. The difference is just huge.
Yeah.
each team is getting just racked up in those kills, and it goes to the heavy top, I would say.
Well, I mean,
right?
even look at last place. Just essentially the kills between 15th and 16th are just the deciding factor right there.
Well, guys, that is going to do it for game number 8. 8. Caster Math.
Caster Math. Just don't do Caster Math.
Caster Math is terrible. But that's going to do it for the second game of the day. How about that? And we are about to get into game 3 on Miramar, our final game on Miramar for the day. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Covering ground and we got miles to go. We're covering ground. We're covering ground. I'd like to welcome the world to something like the end of the world. The fears filling your heart, the women clutching their pearls. No sleep for the weary, nightmares filling your head. In this Game of Thrones, we are the army of the dead. You can feel it in the air, sweat dripping from the fear. 100 boots on the ground, that ain't a kick, that ain't a snare. We are legions, we are many, we are swarming, we are hungry, taking food, taking money like a plague. We are coming. We're covering ground and we got miles to go. There's a saints, mountain cold hands, anywhere the wind blows. You'll never know where we'll be. Up on the road, sure it's free. We're covering ground. We're covering ground. Driven by the hunger pains, driven by the broken dreams. Driven, man, I sat on the steps and pops never came. Life gave me lemons, I drank it with no sugar. I don't make no excuses, you know all that shoulda, coulda. I'm a bastard covering ground until the casket. Me and all of my goons wildin' out, getting after it. Sun or rain, it's all the same. I'm a gladiator standing in the arena yelling, are you entertained? We're covering ground and we got miles to go. Desert sands, mountain cold hands, anywhere the wind blows. You'll never know where we'll be. Life on the road, sure it's free. We're covering ground. We're covering ground. I'm on a tear, running through the city without a care, filled with venom. You have every reason to be scared. Make peace with your makers and shots to all them haters. There's no promise that these boys would be merciful for they take you when it's your time to go. Your heart be like a drum roll. Yeah, you know we coming. It's inevitable. Your mind wanders, you're breathing heavy. The sweat trickles. A lone squad left you hanging like an icicle. We're covering ground and we got miles to go. A desert sands, a mountain cold hands, anywhere the wind blows. We're covering ground and we got miles to go. Desert sands, mountain cold hands, anywhere the wind blows.
Everybody want more, so stay making money.
Welcome back, guys. We are getting ready for Game 3 on the day. And I am Porosaurus, and this is our analyst desk here at the PUBG PGL Fall Invitational. I am joined by Matchroom, Lothar, and once again, Mr. Mustache Dave.
Toffees is fired. He said
Toffees
it.
is
He said it.
fired.
Get out of here, Toffees. Go home.
Not with this chat. Nah, he's just
I
taking
like
the game
Toffees.
off. He's
Yeah,
just taking
taking,
the game off.
taking a nap.
We've put him in a quarter to think about what he's done.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Game 3, last game on Miramar. So we've had Divine having a nice 9-kill win, followed up by M19 with a 15-kill win. Not teams that we usually would expect to see in the top of the leaderboard here.
Yeah, I mean, they've been doing a good job, though. Like, you can see, people went home and did their homework, without a doubt.
Oh, well, there you go.
People at home doing
We're
their homework.
already going into the next game. Look, hey,
Hey.
if we can get Miramar to work, we're going to make it work. So we are going to bring you our casters, WTF Moses and Cameron Davis. Let's go.
Hi. Hi, welcome to game number 3. It's me, WTF Moses, and Cameron Davis. The plane's in the air. Let's take a look at it. Let's go look at the things.
Why us? The game started. Let's go. Okay, this is a much better plane route, obviously.
Yeah, clearly a better plane route. So that's that. So here we are, game number 3. We've seen Miramar be a cruel mistress so far to some teams. You know what? There's not much to say other than I think that Ghost is getting a little bit more comfortable. They had a decent game last time around.
Yeah.
Some interesting decision-making through that game, but still managed to secure themselves a decent placement. FaZe's consistency, however, is insane. And it looks like they have some friends coming with them in Divine.
I think they're continuing past and go to Monte Nuevo. I think that's going to be the case. So we're not going to see a lot of struggle. But another hard shift, at least this time. This first circle swing is in a different part of the map, but it is still all the way up in the north. Secret are still going to have a difficult time, and for an event that's been rife with difficulty for them, it's I don't know. It's going to continue to be rough for them, I can imagine.
Cloud9, again, getting Picano for free. Cloud9 has had these center decent loot spots all to themselves through the tournament, but are slowly moving down that leaderboard after a strong day number 1. So if you're Cloud9, I think it's time to see some of that aggression we saw yesterday. Maybe Miramar is not their best map for that aggression that we've seen, but we are headed again to the northeast for the zone.
The problem with Miramar and aggression is that it is so difficult to isolate your fights. It is incredibly easy to get third party, and that's exactly what happened to C9. Sure, they were already in a more difficult position. Positioning alone, Snake had the advantage because they were on the high ground. But Cloud9, you know, if it was just a 1v1 fight, it's likely that Cloud9 could have found a way to kind of break through that, wrap around, trying to find some positions to then surround Snake. It could have happened in a number of different ways. C9 could have easily come out of that being the victors in that. It's a problem of Ghost, as well as I think Athletico behind may have put some pressure as well. Just all this third-party action, and Cloud9's MO, this roster, this whole event, is to take fights when they see them, just barrel straight ahead. But on Miramar, you really have to be careful, and you really have to understand where those angles are that you can get punished from. It doesn't matter how long range those fights are, because if it's just third-party action, it could be 500, 700 meters away, but if that Mini 14 is still throwing shots, a couple of them are going to land, and those 1 or 2 shots could be the difference between winning or losing the fight.
FaZe with a massive lead on the back of the fact that they have not finished outside the top 10 yet this tournament.
Yeah.
We are here in round number 9. Now, they did have a 3rd place finish, not a lot of kills the last time around, but they have also not had too poor results in that end either. Every time they've won a game, it's been with at least 7 kills. Excuse me, every time they've been in the top 5, it's been a decent amount of kills, I should say. But starting the tournament off with that 18-kill win, the worst position they've had was 8th, and 9th place, and that was yesterday, the last game yesterday. So that was when everyone kind of got the same amount of points for that unfortunate server disconnection that we had. So have been consistent since they're almost their inception, and no different here from FaZe. Liquid having a better day number 2.
OMG.
But it's been going well. But it's more like, oh no, Athletico, because they're going to get met by OMG. And McClutch finding himself suddenly surrounded by the B squad. He's going to try and get out of here.
Okay.
Luckily, try and make his escape. MLS is he going to be able to find the clutch on the way through? Maybe not. The AK spray not working for him. He's going to switch to the M4, and no, not going to happen, unfortunately, as OMG. Hey, look, it's Lynxy. He was left behind. McClutch, you forgot your teammate.
Oof.
He's stuck by himself. He does not have a way to escape, however. So unless Cloud botches this engagement, it's going to be Lynxy going to... Oh, I spoke too soon. I was going to say Lynxy was going to go down there, but he does get Clouds. And rather than finish the kill, he wants to escape. Bikey there is ready to follow up. So the hit and run from Lynxy.
There's a wrap happening around Lynxy, so I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of this. Right now, he's going to want to focus on dealing as much damage to OMG as possible. So what I talked about happened to Knights previously in other events is now happening to Atletico. They are spread out and they are getting encountered by quick rotating teams. The thing is, OMG are rotating faster than any other team in this lobby right now.
Lynxy is taking the shot in the back. He almost got away. As OMG now all along the ridge lines like hungry wolves, and Lynxy has been forced to prone once again, and maybe his opportunity has been lost to escape. We didn't see him. Where'd he go? Lynxy's out there somewhere. They can smell it.
But if they want to push further, they're going to have to leave the compound. And so you can see XXB immediately trying to drive that bike back just so they don't give up this position. Unfortunately, they can't secure
the
any
9
of these
lives
kills on
of Lynxy here. He's going to be allowed to leave. It's been 15 minutes. That's legally allowed. So that's it for him. He's going to get out. So Lynxy is going to survive. Atletico spread in the middle of the zone. OMG up there as well. C9 has made their way from Picado relatively early, 6.5 minutes into this game. They're taking the center of the zone. Vitality, all the rotations have begun.
Yeah, Ghost rotating at the east side. Navi are further behind them than they were last game, so I don't expect to see that sort of drama happen again this time around. But yeah, so OMG were incredibly early into the circle, but at this time is when everyone else is following up on. And this is marginally earlier than we've seen the previous 2 games, and that's due to the fact how this plane was a lot more central. And so most of these teams didn't have to have a long rotation into their drop points. Knights, they're rotating all the way up, and they may actually come across a crate if they do go all the way to the northern compound.
I'm thinking that maybe they want that water treatment hill. It's a major feature here as we see the Mark 14 crate lonely around that northern city. But the Knights don't want to stop at that hill. I mean, that's a major control point, but they don't want to opt for it. Maybe not quite looted enough for their liking as Vitality taking some long distance pot shots. Jazza getting aggressive with the vehicle, going to push along this ridge. Perhaps try and get an angle on the enemy he's fighting. I'm not sure exactly. That might be Team Secret. And that's C9 they're looking towards. It's like BG is alongside them.
Yeah, Jazz has got to catch up with Vitality. They're going to basically be across a valley. C9, no.
Here comes that aggression.
Pushing on to Vitality.
They want this fight. They heard Vitality arrive in their vehicles, and here comes Profi, the lead man. Known, well, at least has a tendency to die a little bit earlier than you might like, but he gets the initial spray onto Shadow. Now this is what Profi's good for. He's got the initial down. C9's aggression typically rewarded in these cases, but he leaves himself wide on the open on the right side. Nothing punished there by Monkey. There might be one warehouse away. Shadow stuck by himself, the nade follow-up. Profi looking to try and get inside. Move on the left hand. Well, he's again just going super aggro here. No support on the back line. Nerf is on the right side. You want to have at least a trade partner there with him. Moody's on the behind. Profi moving along by himself. Shadow still in the downstate. Nerf getting pressure, and Moody will jump out and take down Jazza. This is looking good for Cloud9. Moody going to go for the finish now. Jazza finished off. Profi still in the interior of the warehouse. Vitality in full retreat, having backed off. They've lost at least one so far. I'm not sure if Shadow's been finished off in his own right, but no, he's still in the downstate. So Nerf there guarding his body. C9 has pushed them all the way out of these 2 warehouses and into the guest house. Now, Yannick and Monkey on the low side. Cloud9 not willing to let them escape lightly. The crouch walk happening. You can see Monkey. You can hear the footsteps outside, but Cloud9, maybe they just lock them in here or try and set up a breach. Now this is where things get a little bit crazy. Breaching a building, even against 2 players, can be difficult. Shadow is going to bleed out here eventually. There's no res coming for him. So only 2 players here. Making sure that no one's escaped out the back. I think they're starting to deduce that perhaps Vitality is in the long house. But pushing it might be difficult here, Cameron.
But definitely no. Yannick took a couple of shots on the C9. But yeah, this building in particular is incredibly difficult to push, especially if you want to get up to those second floor towers, because there are so many angles that can be held against you. And C9 already with a very, very successful breach on what could have easily been a disastrous game 9.
This breach is going to happen. Monkey is going to have to defend it. Moody on the interior now, or not quite. Now he's on the inside. Want to push with 2. Can't lose the trade here. Yannick does go down, and just like that, the breach is underway. Yannick finished off quickly. It's only Monkey. He's going to have to get something for this because Vitality's looking at a last place finish, and he will get 1 down on the nerf. But Vitality is going to be the first team out of the lobby, and a nice aggressive play by Cloud9 nets them 4 kills and no losses. Here come the Knights. They're pushing on to 2-ons, and just like that, he's down. The return from Nikki. This is something we haven't seen from Divine. In trouble in the early game. The Knights getting aggressive, and just like that, he's going to jump out. Nikki will take 1 down with the nade and finish off Drayden, and just like that, Nikki's taking some damage. It's a 1v1 situation in this compound. Nikki now looking to finish. Here comes another grenade. Texas, if he holds his peak too long, might get punished. The nade lands maybe true. He has to back away and run. He doesn't take any damage. Voxic is in the down state. Here comes Krama on foot a little bit further away. Nikki's done good to defend this, and he's maybe looking to finish Voxic. This is quickly turned from advantage to disaster for the Knights, as now 2-ons is going to have to try and escape. Here comes Texas once again, not allowing. Well, that's Krama actually in the backup position, coming to finish off this run by Nikki. A good effort by him, but they are going to lose 2 here, will Divine.
Oof, Krama actually taking a number of shots. Where is that from? That's all the way west.
That might be Jet. It's Jet.
Yeah. Again, Divine in their split position. Unfortunately, they weren't established on this split. Lev is only just now arrives. But this is the strength of a split position. If only it happened a couple of moments sooner. But still, a 2-2 trade. Divine don't go down without a fight of their own. Texas is sticking on this, though. They want to deal damage back.
Oh, that was a nice play. Do you see that Jet just stole 2-ons away from the Knights? Jet, I'm not sure if that... I don't think that... Does that go to the Knights if they finish the down player, right?
I believe so.
I believe so as well. So that was a nice idea, but not the case.
Next circle is going to hard shift down onto the south. The Knights, they're moving. You can still hear that happening. And Divine trying to punish this. You can see the shots happening on the mini-map. But everyone else doesn't have to move too much. We have FaZe coming in from the northwest side, but the drama in the center between C9 and a bunch of other teams is still happening. C9 still trying to go for every single fight that they can, trying to punish any sort of rotating team. Secret come up, and they actually find an opening path into the center or center-ish.
Good for them. So here comes Liquid. They've said, hey, Secret, how are you? And now they're getting shot at in rotation. 6 total kills in the tournament here for Team Secret. And Noah, again, the driving difficulties continue as we've seen him time and time again get caught in rotation in vehicles. And now he's completely stuck against the side of this hill, and Mist is about to staple him to it. Not before Nerf can take him down at long distance with the Mini. So now that's another loss for Team Secret here in the early game. Shots ringing out. Noah getting picked apart slowly. This is Moody trying to finish him off, but he's rocking a hard place, and Mista will get the finish. So stolen from Cloud9, Liquid getting a kill on the board.
Look at this. C9, they've actually moved most of their players outside of those warehouses because they just want to get as much damage out as possible, as much pressure, as much control, rather than sticking inside and playing it safe, playing it conservative, playing it defensive. They're going super aggressive. They are taking out heads, popping heads whenever they spot them. They haven't gotten too much damage out so far, but it's the positioning that can lead into a strong mid game.
Are in rotation and getting pressure from OMG, and they're going to head right into either an NIP or C9. So the Knights now getting more and more pressure. Only 2 left standing after engagement with Divine. Divine, however, opted to take the northern route and either leave the map or find their way in on the eastern side. The eastern side being occupied by M19 and Na'Vi. The CIS powerhouses may be looking to engage themselves. But for now, this is just a matter of waiting for that circle to finish its push inward. Cloud9 with 4 total kills. That's the entirety of Vitality, who was eliminated first, and NIP is taking that long-distance poking shots, trying to land something onto Cloud9, moving around a little bit beyond. There's Liquid as well to the south, Cameron. And this zone is shaping up to have a lot of space on the edges, but that center space, especially along the road, is really crowded.
There are a number of compounds holding on, but actually on the map, there's a lot of empty area as well surrounding it. So if this circle continues to center up, it's gonna be an edge war, it looks like, because it's rolling, marginally rolling terrain east of Cloud9, which is where the dead center is, but it's not space that you can really get spatial control for a squad, at least not in the early game like this. Ninjas right now just rotating around, trying to find the angles that they can. It's not in a position that they can push it as far as C9 have been on theirs, but they still want to turn these last few games around.
Move around, figure it out. James has spotted that crate on the way down. He wants to go investigate. FaZe having a relatively quiet game on the western side of the play zone. 4 strong still. They're going to rotate a little bit further to the south. I think they're maybe hedging their bets that this thing might come south. Here's James. Again, looking for that crate. Maybe can't quite find it. A little bit further to his west, or sorry, to his east. So if you're James, I'm not sure what you're looking for. Maybe that crate is not enticing to him. And it's only an M249, so maybe not missing out in that case. But that level 3 helmet, obviously the big item in that crate. James can't find the crate he's looking for. Maybe he'll press a little further. But that's a risk for him as FaZe is now starting to come a little bit further to the south, and we will get a relatively centered zone a little bit to the east. So this is now looking good for Ghost, who's going to try and hold out Na'Vi with M19 arriving on the south.
Ghost in their own split to try and get a number of kills, and they arrived a little late due to their rotation from Impala. But they're given an opportunity now in a similar way that M19 were at last game, and they're trying to punish any rotations in. Na'Vi rotating around them, and Na'Vi, by doing so, they actually run through a choke between Ghost and M19. Have to stay basically on the valley between those two sides of the road, but they're able to find a nice spot in the middle of the circle if they grab that compound. Ghosts actually haven't been able to get that much damage around them. That's because a lot of the action is coming from the north as well as the west side of this circle. So if they can just hold on to their current position, even if they don't have many opportunities now to get damage out, to get any kills, they can just wait out to the very end and use those resources that they've saved up to then take over the server.
Athletico getting some pressure from VG on the northern side. Nothing coming in just yet is Peppa. And speaking of the northern side, Snakes DC is trying to get through. Joining in now with Athletico, who's tangled up against OMG again, and XXB has got a flank here, but it's going to get stuffed by Neferhor as he says no thank you. And OMG and VG are both taking bites out of Athletico. McClutch going for that med, and Neferhor will be finished off by Gaxi at long distance, so neither of these teams are going to get that kill. And now it's Lynxy and McClutch. They're in a tough spot, tangled up with OMG. OMG's got a compound. Athletico now interloping. Lynxy stuck out on the rock. Can't really do much there. And a little bit further away, that's NIP. They have a line of sight. They could steal that kill, and they're very interested in what's happening in this compound.
Yeah, they're pushing on foot to try to get closer to this action. But that's because they've had to wrap around Cloud9. They don't want to push through Cloud9's warehouses, and so instead, they'd rather take this hill that they're currently positioned on the edge. But that also means that they're going to have a good spot overlooking this fight and trying third party. You can see the shots going out, not just on them, but on VG.
McClutch getting caught out and taken down. Completely finished off by XXB. Lynxy's all by himself now. He's got Nip above him, he's got OMG in front of him, and he's got this garbage bus to drive around if he so chooses.
Yeah, it's not
the fastest escape in the game there, Cameron, but Cloud9 lurking not too far away. And just like that, Yenti will be taken down and finished by VG. While Divine, this is the northern side. It's actually FaZe who's wrapped all the way around to the north. And this is an interesting play by them. They didn't get the zone on their southern push, but now they're facing two teams on the way in. They have VG and Divine. So this is an interesting play by FaZe. They've come all the way north, and now they're stuck in their vehicles and are facing some heavy resistance on the northern side of the zone with the circle encroaching. This is one of those situations where maybe FaZe finds themselves finishing outside the top 10 for the first time in this tournament.
The problem, so this would have been a good rotation on many other locations on this map. It's the fact that the center of this map is not very a lot of teams don't want to take it, so many people are still on the edge, and that's why FaZe are having a difficult time trying to break through. FuzzFace gets taken down. 8C down very, very low, bleeding out, not bleeding out the blue, but taking damage from the blue. I don't think they're going to be able to get a revive on FuzzFace, so that's going to be 2 down for FaZe. If this was in any part of the circle, this rotation would have been successful, at least marginally, but because everyone is on the edge, VG, Divine, OMG, and then Nip going further back onto the northwestern side, FaZe are going to have a hard time breaking through with OMG now. They're actually pushing down and out of the compound because the compound's outside the circle. They want the hill that NIP are on.
This is a total cluster on this side of the zone with now OMG, NIP, C9, Atletico, and even the remnants of FaZe are nearby. And this is looking like it's going to be NIP and Cloud9 going at it with OMG lurking below. Lynxy in the blue, FaZe and 8C just inside the zone now. And here comes the shots from Moody. The alert has been sounded, and Moody's going to get one onto NBS. Vard is going to trade him out. 8C in the back line dealing with OMG. But this is looking like Cloud9 and NIP are going to go one-on-one, I should say, as now the smokes come out. The res has come out as well. And there's no support. I think that NIP maybe escaped a little bit too early, leaving NBS and Vard behind. OMG has taken damage, like I said, from 8C, but here's the remnants. It's Gaxi and Miracu, and they are in trouble. That vehicle up in smoke. Gaxi is going to hold on to it. Miracu goes down, and this is going to be a big problem for NIP as Gaxi is the last man standing. The pans come out, and Vard will be finished off as C9 takes 0 casualties once again. And that's 6 kills now for Cloud9, and Miracu is finished off elsewhere. So I'm not sure if we saw Gaxi go down. No, he's still up in the center of the zone. Botlin and Na'Vi have the center base compound. Now, we haven't seen it just yet, but Liquid, 4AM, and Secret all along the south as well. 8C continues to harass Clouds. Ibiza and company now looking for 4AM. This is a push along the low side of the ridge.
It's going to be a fight for the edge on this next circle still. Na'Vi with the only compound in the circle, and it doesn't have a lot of control being in the middle of a valley. And so everyone's just fighting for their sliver on the side with their shoulders basically rubbing up against the blue this entire time. NIP is eventually eliminated.
Oh, Ibiza does go down to west from 4AM. And Santi is getting, it's now a Liquid third party fest here as Mista is trying to get the res onto James as Secret has decided they want to get involved. And AC will be finished off by XXB. XXB is going to be the last man standing. VG will take him down, and OMG is going out in 14th place. Example. And M19 also taking a bite out of VG. So this whole southern side quickly turning into a hot mess as all teams try and vie for this open area and the zone. Mista and James now back up. I spoke too soon. Mista goes down from the headshot from Constantine at long distance. M19, the watchful eyes across the way. James now in trouble. Liquid, again, quietly having not a great game. James has got that crate gear, but it might not going to do him anything. Here comes Cloud9 now. They want a piece of VG. Moody decides he doesn't want to go for the nade. He's going to rethink that. Moody, make a decision. As now the shots come out. The sprays on the rock side. VG is spread on 2. Profi's on the low side. Moody's got a terrific flank here, but not getting any downs. The nade now comes out for real this time, and he's going to try and finish off. That's a great-looking nade right into the smoke. Profi got the initial down. And just like that, the nades and everything is happening as Moody will go down, but VG's on the ropes. And the sprays come. Profi ducks away. Lots of damage dealt. Moody in the down state. 2 up for VG as they're trying desperately to get a line here on the Cloud9. K-Mine, the whole push is stopped. Profi is by himself on this flank as they go for the res. Nerf in the back line, not wanting to get aggressive. He's worried about flanks from the south. So Nerf holding security, and that's leaving Profi all by himself to try and deal with these last 2 members. Maybe they might lose a bit of time and space here, but oh baby, K-Mine jumps up and says, hey, how are you, Morningstar? Takes him down with the headshot, and BG's troubles continue. It's only OVO left standing.
Yeah, and he's not going to last too much longer, it looks like.
Good.
It's not looking great. He's got 5 HP and he only has 3 bandages left, plus
Start bandaging, bro.
So yeah, he can get back up to 75 HP, even full HP if C9 leave him alone, but that is just not going to happen. C9 with a very good push. They actually didn't flood over like I may have expected them to, but VG were just unable to, I guess, make a decision on how they wanted to defend their flanks. There we go. There's the final shot. VG are eliminated in 12th. Knights are taking a bit of damage, though. It's just Kramer left trying to rotate in because the next circle has shifted down towards the south.
Yeah.
And they didn't find any other option other than to go across the road.
So that's the Knights going down, 11th place. James taking down Secret. Now it's James v Secret entirely. Now this is looking not so great for Team Secret. They do have one person to kill. They're going to have to back this off. They know it's James. Mist is still up as well.
Yeah, we could revive.
Secret does not have the manpower to deal with this. Shots come out. They're both in the shack there. This is, you know, if James has the throw, he might be able to do something here. He's going to maybe try and flush them out with the smoke grenade, or at least smoke the vision and get around them.
Yep, that's
so
definitely
he's going to use this ridge. Secret has to be careful. Looks at them sideways and might find themselves back in the lobby.
Ghost right now, they actually haven't been able to establish control like we expected them to. They still have 4 up, but with only 2 kills, and look, it's the entirety of Snake right on their doorstep. Frolicker. Here's the steps though.
Snake TC has been having a decent day so far. I think they are on top of all the Chinese teams currently. Frolicker has got the nade primed and ready. He's just going to throw it above him, see if he can land anything, but that thing skips away and out of harm. Frolicker quickly punished for his active grenade throwing as he finds the rock and the cover, but the zone is closing. He's got a lot of distance to cover. He's got not a lot of health, and he will be punished as Frolicker goes down to TNTN from Snake TC, who will slink away and rejoin his team, but not before being taken down by McCoy, who will finish him off promptly. Snake TC, however, has Ghost on the ropes. C9 has a line as well. Ghost is not looking good here on the edge of the zone, and they're getting picked apart one at a time. It's Nerf. It's all of Cloud9 fragging out of their minds in this game. They've got 13 kills with 24 left in the lobby. This is an insane game from Cloud9, Cameron.
Ghost just from that position they needed to actually start to get kills earlier on, and they either inability to go for them or inability to even find them. We see exactly what happened when the circle closes in. There's nowhere else to move to, no pathways and no place to even go to, because Na'Vi are the only ones with an actual solid compound in this.
Cloud9 is just going bananas here. They want Snake now next. They have a bit of a ridge to deal with to try and get down and out of cover. M19 is taking shots at them from across the ridge line. You can see it's the Wanderers got Cloud9 on their sights, but really there's just a matter of who is going to claim the corpses of Snake TC, and right now it's looking like M19 as they are 100% pinched on this high side of the ridge. Na'Vi down below, they can't silhouette too hard or they'll be poached themselves. So now for Cloud9, they've had a good game so far. They've picked up a lot of frags. But where's the next move? How do they get into this next play zone, avoiding M19 and Na'Vi?
You just got to land those shots. There's nowhere to move to. There's no cover because it's essentially ending in a valley, which means everyone is going to be able to see everyone else. Na'Vi probably have one of the more risky maneuvers from this compound. They're going to have to exit in order to get into the circle, of course, while Snake TC does end up going out in 7th. But because they're going to be...
I think there's a little bit of space for them where the road kind of meets the ridge. There's a little dip they might be able to use. Now, the vehicles is a risky play, but might be necessary at this stage. We'll see if C9 wants to come in on the edge or try and crash middle. That'll be the deciding factor. It looks like Profi is going to be front and center, and they're going to bring the vehicles up, maybe use those. Nerf takes a shot from a long distance. This is the factor. Now they've been over there long enough that the zone is starting to close, and the smokes are going to have to come out. Profi having some path, or laying some paths for Nerf, using those smoke grenades. They're looking at the edge. They're wondering about snakes themselves.
M19, they're forced to push up first, and they're wrapping around counterclockwise along their half of the ridge, trying to clear out as much space as they can, because that's definitely a better, full-term game solution.
Everyone's looking at Cloud9. Everyone's looking at Cloud9 right now. They have 2 teams. Well, 3 really. I think even 4AM took a pot shot there, but Na'Vi is going to have to come out of their compound. They're almost on the edge there as Cloud9. If they can just get onto that ridge and set something up with vehicles, they might have some permanent cover, at least for this zone. And depending on what it does next, they might have hard cover as well, not have to move too far. But Team Secret now drawing the attention of M19. 4AM trying to sneak in on the edge, but C9 will not stop firing at any time. It's Profi with the long distance, and he's asking for it, but he does take down Oluka. And no return coming. Na'Vi is the one to get the initial down on the K-Mind. And now you have to wonder, Profi, is he going to have time to make this res? This is the clutch decision making. This is where Cloud9 has had trouble in the past, is dealing with adversity. All terrific fraggers, but the leadership here K-Mine is going to go down to the zone. I don't think they're going for that res.
No, not at all. And C9 actually being a distraction for him on the southern side has given Navi an opportunity to push in and actually set up multiple positions on a crossfire spread using those vehicles.
Wow, Na'Vi has come out of cover, and now they're getting picked apart. 4AM has got some damage coming to them from M19 above, but it's Mista and Jeems putting a ton of pressure onto Na'Vi. Okamaladoy already down, and they're shooting feet, they're shooting hands, they're shooting anything they can see as Na'Vi crawls around a little bit further away towards the compound where they have just come from. Now Na'Vi has the zone, but they don't have a lot of room to work with. Mista and Jeems, if they're not careful, and M19 finishes up Team Secret, they're going to have a lot of pressure coming down onto them. Profi is just trying to find a line, and Shade is just like getting tickled left, right, and center. He can't find a way to stay safe as Jeems and Mista are pressuring from one side, and Profi and the rest of C9 pressure. Well, I would say Nerf, the last man standing with him. 17 total kills on C9. It's been quite a game, but they're just barely holding on here. They do have to come down this ridge, so that means they have to clear out Na'Vi. So Shade will eventually go down, and now Profi wants to steal it as best he can. Who's going to get it? I thought I saw a nade come up, but that's going down.
Didn't go far enough.
Profi continuing to take damage, trying desperately to steal kills, trying to pad that point count. But M19 again has been quietly having a pretty terrific game on their own right. 4 total kills, 4 up in the end game. Smitty will go down, and Nerf will get the finish as Example takes down Paranga. That's Team Secret going down in 5th. Nerf trying desperately to finish off Shade. He will get it. That is now 19 kills for Cloud9. And this is a great game for them points-wise, but it's going to be a very difficult path to victory as they have an entire squad of M19, a couple left from Liquid, and a few left from Na'Vi, and the zone is closing once again. Konstantinovic goes down and finished by Profi. That's now 20 kills for Cloud9.
Yeah, I mean, C9, they only have a small little corner that they've set up between the rock and the vehicle to hold on this next circle. But M19 still have to make their way down the ridge into the waiting arms of Liquid. So M19,
no! That's the can opener, so now Nerf is going to have to go for the immediate res. Profi with 8 kills here in the final Miramar game of today. And now it looks like Mista has been spotted by Example. And the zone is playing a factor here. It's going to take him a little bit of time to deal with this. M19 in trouble from the zone. Example is going to have to run and try and get some meds here, but not before Nerf reaches out and grabs him. This is now looking like an opportunity for Cloud9 to try and get aggressive. Example and the rest of M19 all held up on this one little spot, and that is going to be Profi getting down again by Botulin and finished off, and now this is kind of the unraveling of Cloud9 on the back of a terrific game. 20 total kills. Nerf is trying to get all the points he can. That zone is now 40 seconds away from closing. He's got a ridge to work with, but that is likely the hill he is going to die on unless there's some sort of heroic effort here from him. M19 is blowing up their vehicle, turning it into hard cover. Not a lot of bullets left for Nerf. He's going to be shooting kneecaps and toes and whatever else he can spot. But M19 is hemmed in on one little space here.
M19 have the only cover in this next circle.
Yep.
Na'Vi aren't moving because there's nowhere for them to go to. Jeems isn't moving because there's nowhere for him to go to. Nerf isn't moving because there's nowhere for him to go to. He's just trying to take the shots that he can and try and get as many points as he can before he likely ends up getting finished off by M19 because they've situated themselves in the corner.
Yeah, I think he's looking for solos, and Botulin has got just the tiniest little vision onto Nerf, who is medding away. And every time he turns his shoulder, Botulin is just hoping for like that one pixel, and he does find it. One shot does land. He's looking for that final hit, anything, any tiny little hit registration that is such a small window to work with. But all eyes seem to be on Nerf across this ridge as the circle is closing, and Nerf is facing elimination here. But what a terrific run from C9 as he will go down in 4th place. So golf clap for Cloud9, but now this is looking like M19 with 3 up and the high ground. If they can eliminate Jeems, who's snuck Team Liquid into a 3rd place finish so far, unless Jeems can do some damage here. But the shots come from Na'Vi, and that draws the attention of elite player, who Jeems will take down, but not before being traded out by Example. And now it's a 2v3 situation. Botulin, Sadovnik having to deal with M19 on the high ground. They are in the middle of a res, Cameron, so this is going to be a difficult push for them.
If Na'Vi
They're going
can
straight
actually,
at him.
yeah, they found an opportunity. They know that it's a 2v2 with the 3rd player in the process of being revived. They should be able to put their way up to the high ground. Jeems was enough of a distraction for M19 to allow Na'Vi to push forward.
This is looking good for them. If Botchlin can get that line of sight on the right-hand side and break open Example, who's taken some shots already, this will be big for Botchlin. Sadovnik on the high side. They can hear the footsteps, but M19 is playing as a unit. And here comes the breach. He can see one. One goes down very quickly. Botchlin now looking for two. And it's a 1v1 situation. And it's not going to happen. M19, by the skin of their teeth, steals the game from Na'Vi. That looked very close there, but wow, a clutch play. And that is another win for M19.
I mean, but C9 were certainly the team of this game, like was basically the story of this entire game. And it has to do with the fact that this part of the circle, the cover and the control, is incredibly hard to come by. And so C9 were able to just push that factor, take every single fight, and with the firepower that they have on the team, there are no doubts about it. C9, criticize them all you want. They have